Hello and welcome to this lecture. In this video I'm going to talk about the training process of large language models. And it roughly looks like this. At the very beginning you have lots of data and you pass all of this data to some model. So you have your model architecture, which is defining the different layers of the model and the optimizer and all of these other deep learning specifics. But as a result, you get some pre-trained model. So the model is already quite good, but you still want to improve the result of it. So you want to achieve some very high level and high quality model outputs. And also you want to train the model to follow instructions. So this is then the next part of the chain. You take the pre-trained model with a specific data set so that the model is learning to follow instructions. Then you have that model and you might not want to release it to the world because it has all the knowledge from the internet and it knows all the critical negative things like how to build a bomb possibly, and you don't want the model to answer certain questions. So you have to put it to some safety modeling. So in this stage, you can adapt the model behavior to reflect the human preferences, like what it shouldn't say, for example. But also if you want to steer its thinking in certain areas into certain directions, it's also used for that one, and it's done in the same phase. So this is the part that is called safety modeling. And once it went through all of these different steps, you have your working model and you can put it to different benchmarks for getting some evaluation how good this model is working. Possibly you want to tune it further and then the loop is starting over. Then you might want to adapt certain things, you want to jump into certain stages and improve it a bit more. So this would be the process that we have here. So let's dive into the details of it. So covering the first piece of it, the pre-trained network. This is just a model that is trained on predicting the next token. That's the objective. So given a certain input text, something like I like, then it would predict with the highest probability 2 as the next token in this example. And then you have these three words. It would again predict the next word and so on. So this is just a model for predicting the next token. But then you want to have a model that is answering on a question. So here is the problem. Something like you as the user are passing in the query, write about a dog. But with the pre-trained model, it would only extend the sentence. So it would maybe say, and its owner walk in the park, whatever. So this might not solve the problem. What you want is a model that is understanding when it should answer on a specific question. So here this instruction network is coming into play. So here the pre-trained model is trained on a new data set of several instructions. And in the instructions, it learns based on certain messages. We will cover what different messages there are, but here already you have a user message corresponding to the user query, and then the AI message is the answer from the system, and there is a huge data set of different instructions. Based on that, the model is learning when to answer to a sentence instead of just extending it. So this is our instruction network or instruction model based on the instruction dataset. And then we want to align the model to the human preferences. So here we now take our fine-tuned instruction model as the input, and the model is then returning several outputs. So there might be n different outputs. A human is in the loop. So here I call it human evaluator, and the human evaluator is passing grades to the different outputs. So the evaluator is taking a look at all the different outputs and providing scores to it. And then this can be used as a training objective in another training loop. So this is the part where we are aligning the model to the preferences that we want to have. And these are the different steps that are involved in training a large language model. And in the next lecture, we are going to take a look at different ways to improve the model output. Thanks a lot and see you there.